guys, big breaking news coming out. The US president has ordered not one, but two nuclear submarines to be positioned in appropriate regions following highly provocative statements by former Russian leader Dmitry. Now, yesterday, Dmitry posted, "Each new ultimatum is a threat and a step towards war," after US president gave Russia a deadline to come to the table over Ukraine. This is what the US president just put out. Please share this video. Based on a highly provocative statement of the former president of Russia, Dmitry who is now the deputy chairman of the Security Council of the Russian Federation, "I have ordered two nuclear submarines to be positioned in appropriate regions just in case these foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that." Words are very important and can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this will not be one of those instances. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Buckle up. Buckle up. I believe the bear, I think Vladimir is going to respond. There's a possibility he might send some missiles to Cuba. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you so much for your support. This information is coming out right now, literally right now, 4 minutes ago. Breaking once again, the U.S. Commander-in-Chief is sending nuclear equipment. He also put out some more information saying that Russian soldiers, a lot of them, were taken out. So let me just read this one really quick here. So Donald sends nuclear submarines appropriate regions following a seeming threat from Russia's Dmitry. I actually apologize about some of these words here. Again, I don't know why people use the Lord name in vain. So let me bring this one up. So this is what Donald put out. So Donald said, "I have just been informed that almost 20,000 of the Bear soldiers taken out this month alone in a ridiculous war with Ukraine." So he was told that 20,000 of the Bear soldiers taken out. So the Bear has lost 112,500 soldiers since the beginning of 2025. That is a lot of unnecessary death. Now, Ukraine, however, has also suffered greatly. They have lost approximately 8,000 soldiers since January 1st, 2025. Donald, you being lied to. Dude, someone is lying to you, man. You being lied to, man. You are being lied to. 112,000 of the Bear soldiers taken out while Crane only lost 8,000? Now, again, Donald said, "I've been informed," meaning that he got the info from someone. Donald, listen, Donald. Crane lost 8,000 soldiers since 2025. The Bear lost 112,000 soldiers. That's a big difference there, man. Donald's receiving some wrong info on this one here. So, and that number does not include their missing. Now, Ukraine has also lost innocents, but in a smaller numbers, as the Bear rockets crashed into Ukraine capital Kiev and other Ukrainian locals. Now, this is a biblical war that should have never happened. This is Joe War, not Donald. I'm just here to see if I can stop it. Okay. So a lot of people are saying that Donald is just being given some crazy info there. Okay, so give me a second. Let's go with about the submarines. All right, and like I said, all these information is coming out right now. So the question is, where are the submarines going to be located? Where's it going to be located, in the Baltic? I mean, it won't. I don't think in the Black Sea, but Donald to the Bear, nuclear subs are in position. Because supposedly because Dmitry opened up his mouth and said something. What are your thoughts, guys? So it's not one, but it's two nuclear submarines. Give me a second. I'm still looking for some more updates here. So Fox News is putting out the information. We just got some breaking news, okay? So we're going to get to all this here. So Donald says he is repositioning two nuclear submarines in response to highly provocative statement by Dmitry. Okay, so Fox News is putting out something here. Let me see if I could find the full news article here. So we do have something here. So US President stated he ordered two nuclear submarines to be positioned in areas near Russia, but they won't give us like where exactly. Possibly maybe somewhere in the European region. This decision, announced in a post on Donald's social media platform Truth Social on August 1st, 2025, follows foolish and inflammatory statements by former leader Dmitry and current deputy chairman of the Bear Country Security Council. So this recent move escalates tensions between the U.S. and the Bear, particularly in light of Dmitry, a history of making nuclear warnings and adopting a hawkish stance since the Bear invasion of Ukraine. Dmitry has notably used social media to engage in heated exchanges with Donald. But under Joe, Dmitry was also doing that type of stuff. But Joe kind of ignored it. Joe is like, dude, I don't got time for you, whatever. But again, Dmitry does, talks about nuclear stuff, and he also mentioned the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the book of Revelation, the sun being blocked, nuclear, and this and that. But Joe has always ignored these people. But Donald is not Joe. Donald is like, you threaten us with nuclear, right? So here's two nuclear sub. It's loaded and it's right in front of you. Dmitry has notably used the platform to put out all these messages. Donald, in turn, has warned Dmitry to watch his words. Watch your mouth, dude. So calling him a failed former leader and saying he's entering very dangerous territory. This follows earlier reprimands from Donald in July for Dmitry casual discussion of supplying nuclear warheads to Iran. Now, here's the thing, too. I believe a lot of this could also be connected to Belarus because Vladimir Putin and Lukashenko, I think that's his name, the leader of Belarus, today they met, they spoke, and I guess Vladimir mentioned something about Orishnik missile, and it's coming to Belarus. So I do believe that Donald is also sending those nuclear subs because of the Belarus situation. So keep your eyes open on that. It says here, the positioning of nuclear submarines underscores the seriousness of these verbal exchanges and the potential for a dangerous escalation in the ongoing conflict between the sleeping giant and the bear. Some analysts suggest that Dmitry's statement might indicate thinking within senior Kremlin policy making circles, making this current situation even more concerning. All right, so here's the Dmitry one, not Dmitry, but Putin and Lukashenko. So pay okay. This is coming out today. Pay very close attention to this one here. All right. So again, that's Putin. And you have right. They skipped him. All right. So Lukashenko is on the left. So during a sit down with Belarusian leader Alexander and the Bear leader Vladimir said that the location, listen up, for deployment of the Orishnik missile deployment in Belarus have already been chosen. Oh, okay. So you got some stuff being moved here. So you got Orishnik missiles, and Donald is sending nuclear submarines. Pay very close attention. We're about to see something pretty soon here. Alright, so a location for deployment of Orishnik missiles deployment in Belarus have already been chosen. Wow. And as serial production of the missile is now underway. OMG. The Orishnik is a non-nuclear strategic equipment based on the RS-26 intermediate-range ballistic equipment. The missile was recently used in a signaling strike in Ukraine after Ukraine rightly targeted long-range earlier warning radars within Russia. Wow. Orishnik in Belarus. They already got the location. Donald sending 2 nuclear submarines. They already got the locations. The only problem is that Donald is not calling out Vladimir. And Vladimir doesn't respond. Have you guys noticed? Vladimir does not leave statements and stuff like that. Again, this is why I said, pay attention to the one that's very quiet. Pay very close attention. The one, again, Donald is really loud, and eventually Donald is going to put himself in a really tough spot. Top U.S. general, former general Michael Flynn, he's urging Donald, please don't do this. Don't do this, Donald. Please don't do this, man. Don't provoke the bear. Don't poke the bear, man. But if you guys know Donald, he's a prideful man. He's going to put us in a spot. And again, like I say, guys, I do support Donald in certain other policy, but when it comes to biblical war, he's going to put us in a spot. He's going to regret it. He's going to put us in a spot. So, guys, a lot of news is coming out. But, again, this one here, I just feel like Donald was given the wrong info. I'm sorry. It's like, again, King David. It's like Zelensky being a better king and warrior than King David. King David took out a lot of enemies. He took down Goliath and stuff. And it seems like Zelensky is a better leader than King David. That's what it is. Zelensky is a better leader than King David. He took down more soldiers than King David. If Donald is correct, this would be a ratio of 14-1, meaning that the bear is suffering 14 losses for every Ukrainian. Once again, if true, this loss ratio is completely unattainable for the bear. If that's the case, then why is Ukraine losing the biblical war? If that's the case, why is Donald getting involved? If the bear is losing all these numbers, that means that Donald don't need to get involved. Hey, man, you got this, man. You incredible, man. No. I believe the number is the opposite. Donald, you've been informed, but if I were you, I'd check those paper right. Or, be aware of those as surrounding you that's giving you those information, man. If the bear is losing all those soldiers, that means that we don't need to be giving stuff or money and all the equipment. The sleeping giant deploying nuclear subs in response to provocative the bear comments, Donald said. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second here. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. Everyone is talking about it. This is a bombshell news now. The BNO News 4 minutes ago. Donald orders repositioning of 2 nuclear submarines. Here's another one. Donald says he has ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in appropriate regions near the bear. I do believe the bear is going to send a message. I do believe the bear is going to send a message. Even Pete, the Secretary of Defense, he's sharing Donald's statement. Wow, guys, look at all this. Everybody's just sharing it. Everyone. You got a class report. Everyone's sharing it. Buckle up. That's all I gotta say. Joe never sent nuclear submarines. I mean, again, many of us, we were very, very furious with Joe sending all these equipment. But, ladies and gentlemen, imagine if it was Joe sending nuclear subs. It would be a different ball game. And Donald would be like, he's taking us to WW3! You can't be mad at Joe for sending equipment and then be happy with Donald for sending nuclear sub. You can't do that. You can't. Again, like I said, I think Donald is amazing and stuff like that when it comes to other policy. This one here, I'm putting my foot down. I'm not down with Donald on this one here. I'm not. Just like with Joe, I was not down with Joe with sending all these equipments. Again, and I'm not, afraid to, say what I got to say when it comes to these biblical wars. But again, you can't say, well, this is Donald Lewis, this is not Joe. Well, again, it doesn't matter. It's the same story, just different characters. All right, it seems like this is all the information here. This is all the information. So I'm just going to end it here. But, yeah, get ready. Get ready. That's all I got to say. Thank you so much for watching, guys. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.